everyone, welcome back. Happy New Year. It's the start of a new year. We are going back to last year, though, for this review. With me, once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. You need a link to his stuff. It'll be down in the description box below. While you're there, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us start the new year right. Today, we are talking about the final pay-per-view of 2025. We're doing Stardom Dream Queendom. It's been a while since we did Stardom.
It's weird that all three companies have their biggest pay-per-view within like 5 days of each other.
Within a week of each other, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's being capped off with New Year's Dash in the same place where this event took place. Nippon, the Budokan is where Noah had theirs, and New Year's Dash is going to be in the Budokan as well. This one was in Ryogoku, which I loved all these arenas. All these arenas are fantastic.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do Bridgestone again for Noah.
Yeah, eh?
They did it 2 years in a row there, right?
Yeah. I like what they did though this year. We'll talk about it on tomorrow's review. That is our first review of 2026 in terms of wrestling pay-per-views. But we're talking about Stardom today. The first match, we'll start right into the first match. My, Maishima and Furusawa against Hanabe and Kanya.
Yeah, all new people. This whole
Yeah.
pay-per-view is packed to the tits for bad
Well,
wordage.
yeah. Packed to the gills. How about that?
Yeah, sure. With
A lot of new
with wrestlers
faces.
that I've never heard of. And
Yeah, a
like
lot of new faces.
it wasn't like it was bad. It's just
No,
it was like hard to be like, oh, like I recognize or I know this what this person's doing,
what I
right?
really appreciated, your boy, Fat Elvis, Walker Stewart,
Did 5.5 hours on his own.
on his own. But at least we got to see it in English and we got to understand the storylines a little bit better. He was really, really good in terms of like letting you know what's going on with the storylines and stuff like that, in
He
case you
did,
haven't watched it in a
but
while.
he didn't very rarely translated anything for us.
Yeah, but
So there
if
was a lot of talking where it was like, you know what's happening just because it's Japanese wrestling and the same thing happens on every show.
yeah,
But
if Chris
it's
Charlton were there to translate,
yeah.
but hey, at least we got it in English.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain.
So, this was a pre-show match, so it was really just showcasing of the new talent that's there.
You could see that they're trying to just generally push this towards the outside audience. Like as much as a lot of the wrestlers might not like it for some reason, or
Yeah,
the like internal parts of the companies want to grow outside of Japan. So like
yeah,
before when we first started watching Stardom, good luck getting a English dub.
yeah,
It's like, and now they're doing it live with an English
yeah.
person, right? So
And
hopefully,
they're doing shows in the US too.
yeah, they need to start getting. They also have a lot more interactions with Gaijin wrestlers than they used to. They used to have like
Hmm.
two people on the roster, maybe three, and now there's like a crap load of them.
There's a few of them, yeah.
And
Even some
CMLL
returning,
people are coming in and out.
yeah, even a couple returning people that we'll talk about later. But Maishima and Furusawa get the victory in this. With that, our show starts properly. Star Bombs versus Karate Brave. It's Starlight Kid and Azumi versus Shuri and Inaba. Like you starting off the show with three of your biggest stars, including the IWGP champion.
Yeah, I mean, just generally so far, we're off to a good start. They're still showcasing a lot of young people. I know these are
Yeah,
like more
Inaba,
established.
Inaba is kind of a rookie.
Yeah. This was a good match for what it
Yeah.
was. I think you're trying to protect Shuri
Hmm.
because she's going to have to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
But then they don't protect Kaitama. What's her name? Is that what her name is?
Which one?
The one that wrestles in the main event.
Yeah, Kamitani.
Yeah, Kamitani, that's it.
Yeah, she went all out with this because she technically, as of this recording, she's the strong champion too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going for every belt basically.
Yeah, she's facing Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom. This is recording. We're recording this while Wrestle Kingdom is kind of going on, so we don't know
Yeah.
any. But Star Bomb end up getting the win on this. I guess Azumi's face again, right?
I think so. It's really weird because every time we do stumble into
Back into
Stardom,
Stardom. Yeah,
Azumi has no storyline. Did you
she's
notice
always
that?
listless. Yeah.
She's always on like early on the pay-per-view in like a multi-person match
Hmm.
or yeah, like it's a four-way or a three-way or a tag team or a 4-on-4 and
Ever
it's
since
not
she lost
for
the strong
anything.
belt, yeah, about a
Yeah.
year ago. Yeah. So, with that, we have our year-end Stardom Rumble. We had some names here. Kogo was in it. Rion. Inaba makes another return. We had who
This was
else?
excellent.
Yeah, Mei Seira. We had Fujigin Death. We had Sukiyama, Surrey. We had Lady C, Olympia from CMLL, and Priestley, formerly Blair Davenport from
Yeah,
WWE.
literally put on the best performance I've ever seen her do.
Yeah,
Like she was fully, and she's like, I. It's so weird because we talk about this. We're talking about it tomorrow, but who's the cowboy guy? Not Inaba.
It-
I always keep on. Is it? No,
no, it's Inamura,
Inamura. In NXT, he's literally half the size of every wrestler that he fights against. But
and he's massive.
in Noah, he's absolutely massive compared to everybody else. It's
Yeah,
so strange. And in this, B Priestley is literally double the size of all of the other wrestlers.
now we'll
But
see
then
it
you see
later.
like Olympia, and Olympia is huge.
Yeah, she's thick, man. Like she's built like an iron horse. That one there.
Yeah, she's like a brick house.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just overall, I thought this match was so entertaining. I don't know if it's gonna list, but I would make the argument that it could be on multi-woman match of the year because it was so much fun. There were so many funny spots, like the train,
Yeah.
the the leg lock train where she turned them all over and put
Yes,
every
what she
single
did, like the
person.
human, I don't want to call it human centipede, but you know what I mean, like the
Yeah,
the trail of
the train of like whatever
Boston
it's called,
crabs.
Boston crabs. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And the other girl's trying to do it, but she's not strong enough.
yeah.
So I mean, there was a quite a few spots in this that were funny. The part where the girl was making no one could control themselves, and every time she would do the
Hmm.
dance thing, everybody would just
They would
start
start
dancing.
dancing.
So they
Yeah.
all tag teamed on her and pinned her together so they could get her out of the ring.
And what I like about this too is pins count as a fall.
Yeah, I
So
think is that in a Rambo too, or is a Rambo
the
everyone has
Rambo
to
is the
go?
same thing. Pins
Yeah,
count
okay,
too.
okay,
Pins, submissions, and over the top rope.
okay. Which
But
tomorrow we have, or for next week,
we're
today
doing
for
the New Japan
watching.
Rambo.
It's what a wild thing to do. A trios? Do they come in as a trio or do they
I
come in
believe
one by
I
one?
don't know. I haven't gotten that
I
far
know.
yet
I thought it was such a crazy idea. We've never seen that before. A trios like battle
for the
royal.
belts. Yeah, because Tanahashi never lost the belt, so technically it's vacated.
No, they have it still. I saw the press
Is
conference.
it?
They switched it to Master Wato as the extra guy.
Oh, as the extra guy. Okay, Freebird style rule. Okay. But in the end, Rena ended up winning this match, which was I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Like genuinely great. Like at this point, you had
I'm invested.
two kind of short, quick, fun matches, and then you had this, which was really long. This was like an hour.
It was 45 minutes, yeah,
Yeah, and it was fun from start to
but it
finish.
didn't
Like
feel like that long. It
no,
didn't feel like it was long. Same thing with the Noah show that we're going to review tomorrow. It was a 4.5 hour show, but it didn't feel like 4.5 hours again.
and I'll give them credit for that. This show after this
This was
starts
5 hours too.
yeah, after you get finish this Rambo, it's like I maybe it's because you kind of have put in you've put your footprint in already. So,
Hmm.
but you're like I'm having a good time, and it's going by really fast and nice. But then because you're only 1/5 of the way in or something like that, you're like a third of the way in. It
Hmm.
really gets slow after this.
It does. At one
Even if the
point,
matches
yes.
are good, it's like holy crap, this thing is still going.
When it got to the tag match, that's where I started feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, and it's hard because when you have no investment in anything. Like the
Yeah.
Noah show, I'm not giving spoilers. The Noah show's for like 4 hours, but when you
Yeah.
take away all the intermissions they have,
Yeah, there was a
it's
40-minute intermission
there's
between the
two
first.
intermissions on that show,
Yeah, there's the pre-show and the main show
and then
intermission,
yeah,
and then halfway through the show.
and then this show has two as well, but
Between the pre-show and the main, and
and
after
then
the
before the two main events.
yeah. But
Um, but it's that show felt like it was a lot. This story, you don't know any
it flowed better.
storylines.
It flowed
Yeah,
better.
you don't know any storylines in Stardom, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're here and
You're just here to enjoy the actual wrestling itself.
it's hard to be invested in 5 hours when you don't know anything that's going on realistically.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to take away points for that.
No.
Just like general experience.
It's just we don't have that opportunity, like, or the what's the word I'm looking for? We don't have that there's a word I'm looking for that I can't quite figure out to be able to watch the ability
We
or
don't
the
have the
opportunity.
luxury
The luxury is a
of
good one.
watching
Yeah.
it because even if you like we said, we've tried subscribing
We
to the
can't.
service and you could subscribe, but there's nothing on it.
No, you
Like
have to pay separate for the pay-per-views.
yeah, so everything and the last it's like 2 years backlogged. So you have to wait 2 years for the new stuff to come out
Yeah.
on the thing.
Which surprising, this year Noah did their show live.
Noah's been did all the shows live this year, which was
Yeah.
crazy for the
Because
first
last year,
time.
remember, we had to wait a week. No,
Yeah.
Odyssey, we had to wait a week for Wrestle Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, that was at the very start of the year, wasn't Odyssey
No,
last year?
Odyssey was in October when
Oh
Inaba won
yeah.
the belt.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. We did have to wait, I remember.
Yeah, but all the Sunny Voyages, all the Star Navigations, they are all live now. And surprisingly, this was live too. Like last year, it wasn't live. We had to wait almost 2 weeks before we got it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. And Stardom was up right away and it was good quality.
Yeah, very good quality. Um, so with that, our next match is an 8-woman tag match. The return of Megan Bayne to Stardom
Yeah,
and Empress Nexus Venus against they call themselves Mi Vida Loca, which is Suzu Suzuki, Bozilla, Yamashishita, and Aoki.
obviously we know for a fact as soon as we saw that both of these people were in this match, we were like, okay, this is what I'm here for.
Yeah, and
And
I was like the anticipation between Bozilla and Megan Bayne was
they
fantastic.
they need to get a belt somehow, one of them, and have a match, have start having a series of matches, like make it go to AEW and Stardom and New Japan or something, like a
Yeah,
strong episode, have it carry across because that was amazing. Them two
yeah,
working. Megan Bayne is so fucking ridiculously good. Like I want
yeah,
to make
and
the
she
argument.
towered over everybody. And Hanako and Xena, they're not, from New Zealand, I believe, and she's not like stature wise, height
Yeah,
wise,
yeah,
she's not small. She's like 5'7", 5'8", and Megan Bayne just like towers above her.
yeah. 5'7", 5'8" is like what Rhea Ripley is.
Yeah,
Which is funny because it's like the perception you have on TV, right? I saw recently an interview with Rhea Ripley where she was saying that every time she meets fans in real life, they're like, I thought you were way taller. Because she's
yeah,
not that tall, actually. She's
5'6",
just,
5'7" is average for a woman.
yes, but it's when you're on TV projected to us as a giant,
Hmm.
people don't realize it's because Liv Morgan is 5 feet tall and because
Yeah,
Alexa Bliss is 5 feet tall. You know what I
and
mean?
Io Sky is like 4'11".
Yeah,
Like,
did you get what I'm saying? Right? Oscar's short, Kyrie's short. They're all pretty short. Like
yeah,
Bianca Belair looks tall. Bianca Belair's like 5'4". Do you know what
yeah.
I mean?
And
But
when you get
then,
someone like Jade Cargill, who's like 5'9", 5'10",
yeah, you think they're giants, but then you see Megan Bayne, who's actually like really tall, or like Bozilla, and they're like just monsters in the ring.
hmm
And they went toe to toe. This match was super entertaining. It was so much
Suzu
fun.
Suzuki is always fun with the hardcore
Yeah,
stuff. Like it's,
Momo Watanabe was really good in the last match as well. I just we
yeah,
forgot to talk about that. But I just thought like the after the match stuff, the count out was a good ending, but it was done improperly because Bozilla was standing outside at one point. I wasn't sure what she was supposed to do, and
yeah.
then just fell on the floor.
Well, I mean, that's her being. She's still pretty green.
But I think there was a spot that was supposed to happen that didn't happen. So she was like, "Oh no, I'm way out of place. She could have just literally took 2 steps and been back in the ring." So
Yeah,
she kind of just reached over and then fell down on the floor
yeah,
into the crowd of people. But the aftermath of the match
hmm
was awesome. They were
yeah. The
they were
the
really
post match
slapping the
brawl.
shit out
Yeah,
of each other, her and Megan Bayne, and they're building to a storyline here, and I want that storyline.
yeah. Megan Bayne is 1 inch taller than Jade Cargill. Cargill is 5'10". Bayne is 5'11".
5'11" is tall for a woman, not
I'm
Rhea Ripley being
I'm
5'8".
5'11",
Yeah.
and she's my height basically.
That's what I'm saying. Rhea Ripley being 5'8" is just a normal height.
Yeah,
Like, but they treat it like as if she's tall, way taller than everybody. You know what I mean?
yeah. But regardless, yeah, the outside stuff, the post match stuff, everything about this match, I had so much fun with, and it's the match I never knew I wanted between Bozilla and Bane.
Well, now you know you want it because Bozilla has gotten so much better since we first saw her. And Megan Bayne has been the absolute standout of
Hmm.
AEW this
Oh
year, but
yeah,
it's all done from the background. Like none of it. I can't call her a breakout star. I can't
no,
call her.
because we've seen her for years now.
Yeah, but that's not what breakout star is.
No,
we break our she can't be rookie because she's not a rookie.
No,
She's not the breakout because she hasn't done anything big enough to be like, oh,
to
she's the
be, yeah.
breakout. But like from behind the scenes, she's been the most consistent wrestler in AEW. She's helped out so many crappy matches by just
Hmm.
being there and
Just by
doing what
being
she
there,
has to
yeah.
do.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. With that, our next match is Hazuki versus Fua Chan. We saw Fua Chan on the last pay-per-view that we reviewed. I think it was the Grand Queendom or whatever it was
Yeah, it was
called.
something like that.
But she was just a gimmick. She was like this YouTuber that wanted to be, but now she's actually fully invested, and this was her official
Well,
match.
she was when we saw her. I was talking to people last night when we were watching Noah.
Hmm.
The She was an actual influencer. She just they brought her on because it was like, oh, the Logan Paul situation was happening. All the companies were doing that, so they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're just gonna. She's very popular. We're gonna bring her on. Her first ever match, and it was a banger for
Hmm.
someone who never
It
wrestled
was a
before.
tag match, I believe she had, right?
I think it was. It might. I
With
don't
yeah, she
remember.
was teaming with Hazuki.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways, but
because
it was.
Hazuki's her trainer, right? She's her senpai.
She's now actually a wrestler, and she's
Hmm.
pretty decent.
And especially for women at that late in their career, like she's what, 34, 35,
Yeah, I think so.
32, somewhere around
Somewhere
there,
like
right?
that.
Which usually like they don't start, especially in Stardom with Joshi, it's they start like at 17, 18.
It's Japanese centric to be your peak in your mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Like in WWE, you're starting to be popular or getting your push probably at like 27, 28. In
Yeah.
Japan, sometimes like what's his guy's name?
Tadasuke, yeah.
Tadasuke, you're waiting till you're 36 before you
Yeah.
finally got your push. Like you've been a background player for 10 years and
Unless you're
now you're gonna
unless
get
you're a
it.
superstar talent like Kiyomiya.
Right? Like when you yeah, exactly like Kiyomiya. But when you look at New Japan, even all those guys, the new crop of guys that just came in are all in their late 20s
Hmm.
or early 30s.
Oiwa,
Yeah.
Wado, like all those guys, yeah.
Right? Like
Like
Doki
we've been
didn't even get his
watching,
first push until he's like 35, right?
yeah,
So
Suji's 30, yeah, same thing.
that's what I'm saying. Japan, you become a superstar in your late 30s usually.
Yeah. And that's when you really, really peak. But this was really, really good, surprisingly, for someone who's not a professional wrestler. Like, she really impressed me.
This was a good match.
Yeah,
It was a little bit. It felt long. I don't know if it was
it did.
actually
Yeah.
long. It felt
It was
long
only
though.
11 minutes, but
But like I said, at this point, the pay per view's dragging on me because it's
yeah,
just like it's taken me forever to get through this thing.
yeah. And then, especially, I love it, but the entrances, right? The entrances, because of the pageantry and the showmanship it takes, I think that takes a little too long.
I agree, but at least I feel like with this and especially with Noah, it was like instant. Like the match ended and the next match started. There was
Yeah.
no there this there was a lot of post match talking
Hmm.
in both shows,
Yeah.
but it immediately went into the next match. There wasn't like, oh, we're gonna do this now. 10 minutes
Yeah.
of commercials.
But in the end, the master does end up winning this match. Hazuki gets the win with that random match. Natsupoi versus Sari.
This is kind of where I started getting bored.
Hmm. As
Um,
much as I love these two performers,
yeah, it was just a really like lackluster, not lackluster. There was no like huge punch to this match. It was just like a match that
a,
just
s-
went.
a standard, and this one went long too. This one went almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, and there was nothing like no crazy spots or anything. It was just a really normal match
Yeah.
that went. And whether it was I wouldn't say it was bad, but it's like
No, it's telling the story. Sari does end up winning this match. It's telling the story that Natsupoi just can't beat her.
well, Natsupoi has been losing all
Mhm.
2025. The
Yeah,
storyline, which we'll get back to with somebody else later,
they're
but
Naitoing her.
the storyline across Stardom is that Cosmic Angels are since Tam retired are
Hmm.
falling apart and none of them can win anything.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
having internal problems. I think they're gonna break them up.
yeah, and start a new. But yeah, with that, it's our first of three. This is where I think this is where we had the break, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and then we get our first of three co-main events, our three title matches. Surprising, the was it the high speed championship wasn't defended on this.
They talk about it a lot though. Like
Yeah,
he
and
mentions it like 12 different times.
And the which one is it? The Artist of Stardom, which is the trios belt, was not on this show.
Yeah, but I think they were all in the Ramble. That's well, actually, a lot of the wrestlers were in, even the ones that had matches tonight. So
Yeah. So we get the Goddess of Stardom championship match. It is BMI 2000, which is kind of funny because they're both very large ladies, and
I don't
um,
think they know that.
yeah. It's Tora and Ruka against Sakurara, which is Aya Sakura and Sayaki Karura.
Honestly, this was one of the most boring matches I've watched this year.
Yeah, I lost, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost the it's hard to find, but I kind of lost I lost my suspension of disbelief here because these two girls are very, very small. So for me to believe that they can actually pin these two women was not believable to me.
And I think, like, from a tag aspect,
Hmm.
BMI was a
A
lot
tag team.
better
They're
as
a
a
tag
tag
team.
team. The
Yeah.
other two girls, I think, were a lot more individually talented,
Hmm.
but they didn't look ever like they were on a team together. It looked like they just slapped two people together and were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna wrestle tonight." They're both very young, and I think that there could be a bright future for them.
Hmm.
But the other team was a real tag team, and
Yeah.
as much as there was like some fun spots, like the top rope stuff that they did,
Yeah.
it just was such a long, boring match. So much walking around on the
Yeah.
outside and like just pulling someone by their hair as you walk around the ring. And
Natsuko got gassed like early on too.
yeah,
And it was a 20, this went on 20 minutes.
yeah.
I don't think it should have been 20 minutes, but
By the end of this match, I was like, oh God,
yeah.
like this pay-per-view was so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And BMI 2000 end up winning this match. With that, we are getting our Wonder of Stardom Championship. Konami, who's the champion, defending against Saya Ida, who's another young up and coming star. She's
Which
not.
I would say on visually, like as terms of like how match quality looks,
Mhm.
it existed here. But once again, coming out of that match, this match was so long and boring, and it was
Mhm.
just like it took so long for the actual storytelling to start happening here, and it was such a one-sided match for like almost the entire runtime.
Yeah, which was 20 and a half minutes.
And then she won.
Yeah, Konami ended up winning. Yeah.
It was not like, oh, Konami was getting beat up for so long and then made a comeback. Konami was just demolishing for her for the whole match and
And
then
then
won.
wins. Yeah. But
And you're
I
like,
gotta
okay.
give it to Ida. Ida really impressed me. We haven't seen too much of her, but she was impressive here. I liked her.
Like I said, this
She has a
pay-per-view
good
has a
look to
lot
her.
of fresh face to it.
Yeah.
You could see that Stardom is trying to like really get back from the loss of Julia and all the people that have
Yeah.
walked out on them. And I like that Megan Bain's there and stuff like that. And I hope they keep doing that. I hope maybe you could get Tekla. Well, Tekla's not allowed to ever go back.
No.
But you could start a storyline now going forward where at a pay-per-view you bring Stardom wrestlers in to wrestle Tekla
Yeah.
because she sends maybe Julia and Sky over there to cause mayhem.
Yeah.
You
On
need
her behalf.
storylines for Forbidden Door. You can't just
Yeah.
have Forbidden Door.
It's and like we said about last year's Forbidden Door, it didn't even feel that forbidden.
No, and it's crazy when you have guys like Yoda Suji feeling the way that they do because you want their top stars to
Well,
come in
you know
and
what?
just
That was thanks for bringing that up. Yoda Tsuji does not like the contract with AEW.
no, but I understand it. If you're the
Hmm.
top guy in New Japan,
Right.
why am I going to go through all the trouble to get a visa and all this stuff to fly over to lose to your guy who's not even your top guy? You want me to come in and just lose?
Lose to like Claudio Castagnoli, which he's not a bad wrestler, but
No,
like,
but it's like I'm the top guy, right?
yeah,
And he like you get it, right? Like it's not like it's Okada where you're carrying tremendous amount of star power. To the American audience, Yoda Tsuji doesn't matter.
he's a nobody.
Yeah. So even though in Japan he's huge and we know him, the people who watch New Japan know him.
Yeah.
In the States, he's not a big name. So you're not going to put him over. But
For someone like us who's been following his career for the last 2.5 years, we know what he's capable of and what he means to New Japan. He is their anchor right now.
yeah, I don't remember who fought Will Ospreay and beat him at that one event right before he switched over. But it was supposed to be Yoda Tsuji was facing the person, and then
Yeah.
Yoda Tsuji said, "I'm not losing the match. I'm not taking the loss." So
Was it
they
Gabe
will.
Kidd?
No, it was a AEW wrestler,
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
and so he
Kid faced Omega at that match.
and then he switched out.
Yeah, but yeah. Um, but main event time. Our Konami does retain, like you said. Our main event: Kamitani against Anu for the World of Stardom Championship.
For a long time now, at least since the start of last year. So like
When she's been part of Hate, yeah.
last year's Queendom, I would say, is that what
Hmm.
this what event did we watch? I forgot what it's
This is
called.
Dream Queendom, yeah.
Dream Queendom, yeah. So since the last year's Dream Queendom, I've been a huge fan of
Kamitani.
yeah, Kamitani, and I think that she's not the best wrestler they have, but she's the biggest
Name,
personality maybe that they have right now, and that
yeah,
can also put on a match. She's basically their version of Sasha Banks. Like
yeah.
she can have a really good match. She's really good at doing this kind of heelish
Showmanship.
storytelling, yeah, and she's just like a good character. And like this match was generally like really well done for the
Hmm.
entirety of the match. I was surprised. They went up to like the into the crowd, and I did think that some of that's kind of weird, and it's kind of pervy to me that there's like all these men at like in the bottom row. There's a lot of
Yeah.
women mixed in.
Yeah, in the
As
front
you
row, you'll see a lot of women like cheering on. Like even at the Noah show, I noticed that too.
Yeah, as you go up though, it's
It's the
all
dirty
just
old men.
it's all these old guys wearing big ass fucking winter coats, and they're all just camera like they were like in most of these events. When
Yeah,
you're in the crowd, the people like part ways to move out of the way for the wrestlers.
yeah.
The men did not. They crowded around them and just kept taking pictures. Like one guy
Pictures.
was
Yeah,
just going nuts with his camera.
I saw that, which
And
is
it's
kind
just
of
like
weird.
it's a weird environment, right?
Yeah.
And I started questioning in the world of women's wrestling for Stardom, okay, specifically, let's say. I don't want to
Hmm.
just call it all women's wrestling. Are the fans there to actually watch wrestling or just to be pervs? Because I'm invested in the wrestling aspect
Yeah,
of what's happening, but I'm thinking, are these people in the crowd just there to take pictures of these girls, or do they care that they're putting all their effort
I would
into putting on
say,
this match?
I would say, I would say maybe it's a 60-40 or a 70-30 split. I would say 60 to 70% of them are there for the matches. Like there are hardcore wrestling fans in Japan, and they'll watch anything that's given to them.
Which is proven because in a matter of 5 days, you sold out three massive wrestling shows. Like
Hmm.
they were all
Four,
huge.
and if you
Four.
count New Year's Dash,
That's fair.
because that's sold out too,
Yeah.
right?
And the Christmas Day, if you want to go back that far, the Christmas Day Noah show was a
Was
sellout
a
as well.
sellout too. So it's like
It's
because
I mean,
the
it's
Japanese culture, Christmas is a Catholic/Christian holiday, right? Where in Japan they're Buddhist, so they don't really celebrate Christmas the way North America celebrates or Europe celebrates Christmas, right?
it's weird though for like a what is a religious minority in
Hmm.
Japan. The whole country kind of just celebrates Christmas, but in a consumerist way.
Yeah, with the lights, the decoration, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
they set up the tree and they do the things, but it's not for Christian religion. It's
Yeah, it's
for
not aesthetic purposes
yeah.
and consumerism. Yeah. So, but yeah, Kamitani ends up winning this, so she'll be facing what's it, Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom.
For all three of the main belts now. She has the two main belts, the strong belt and the red belt.
Yes, but it's only for the strong belt.
What is?
The match, it's either for the strong belt or for the IWGP
Yes,
belt.
which will give her if she wins, she has
She'll have
all
all
three
three.
of the
But
main
if Shuri
Japanese
wins,
wrestling
she'll only
belts.
have two of those
Yes.
belts, which I haven't seen any spoilers yet. I don't know what's going on, but my thought is Shuri's winning this and they're unifying the belts. They're on a unifying. That's why I think Suji's going to win
I
too
think it's opposite. I think that Kimitani is going to win all of the belts, and
and be
she's
like their
going to
Sasha
reign a
Banks.
reign of terror where now the hate is the most powerful faction because they have all three of the most important
Important
belts.
belts. Okay. Because
Either way, but I
I
agree
feel the
with
strong belts. I feel the strong belts don't mean anything anymore.
they
You've
don't,
had Ishii as your champion, and he's been hurt for 3 months.
and I think that's kind of why they've put off doing anything. To be honest with you, I think that's they might. I think they canceled the last event just
Hmm.
generally
Yeah, there was
because they
supposed to
didn't
be an
have.
event in I think September or October after Forbidden Door,
Yeah,
and they didn't do one this year.
I think it was the New York one.
Yeah. a Rumble on 44th Street or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
34th Street or whatever it's called. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, usually they do that one in October. Yeah.
I don't hate that storyline either way. But Shuri having both belts and then going into like AEW as like a double belter.
She is the more recognizable name
Oh, that's what I'm saying, right?
For North American viewers,
I
right?
can see that aspect of it, but I
Yeah.
also see the potential storyline of the bad guys having the three most important belts in
Right.
the
And then
women's
have
division.
someone from North America go over there to challenge her.
Yeah, that's and then you do stuff like that where she is wants to be like Mercedes. She could beat Mercedes for one of those random belts that she
Yeah.
has.
She lost another one.
Yeah, she lost the TBS belt.
Yeah. To Willow. And they double belted her Willow. Like, I don't
Yes,
get this.
but
Tony Khan, stop.
I what I'm telling you is you don't get to cry about it because all you've done is cry about Mercedes not
Right.
losing the belts. You
It's
finally got what you wanted, so
it's
shut
not
up.
that. So Mercedes Moné, if she was just a TBS champ, fine. I'm not upset about that. That's right in her wheelhouse, and that's good. It's when she's winning 15, 16, 17 of these Mickey Mouse belts.
No, the problem is, and I will agree with you to an extent on it, is that Willow could be the TBS. Like if you wanted to shine her up and Harley Cameron by them being the first tag team, and because we know Harley Cameron's probably
Yeah,
never winning another belt,
right.
okay, unless it's back in the tag
You know what's
category.
going to happen? Harley's going to turn on Willow.
That's fine. Do whatever you want. But they you could have had a tag team that's doing nothing right now in Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa be the
Kawa.
first and have more name recognition than these two, carry the belts, and then you could have gave Willow this belt, and now Willow is still a champion. And who
Yeah,
cares if Harley Cameron is a champion? It makes nothing. It means nothing for Harley Cameron in
yeah.
that company to be a champion.
That's why I think this was just the sake of changing the booking at the last
Well,
minute.
it tells me that you're probably taking the tag belts off them at the next time that they defend the tag belts.
Yeah, which won't be until like might not even be until
No,
Revolution
it's going to be on like a regular TV show. It's
on
going
a
to be like
Dynamite.
it's going to be on a Shock House show where like a heel team wins
Do
the
they
belts.
do? Do they do like a? I think they're doing. I think Grand Slam Mexico's in February.
Maybe it's either going to be maybe a Mexican women's team if that's the case, or I think Julia and
Sky Blue.
Sky Blue are going to win the
Yeah.
belts.
So Kamatani, like we said, is the winner here. What would you score this show overall?
I don't know. It's hard because it's not like I didn't enjoy the matches, but it was just so long,
Yeah,
and it was hard to be invested in the main event scene. I mean, I'd probably give it like a seven, like a lower than a 7.5, so like a 7.3.
I'm 7-1.
Yeah,
Like as much as the action on it and the wrestling was great, when you're not invested in the storylines, it takes away from it a little bit.
it does to an extent, like I said, and I keep using the word extent. It does, but it's more so that like it was just a lot of the matches were just draggy.
Yeah.
But there are enough. The early three matches are solid.
Yeah. The
Uh,
Rumble was fantastic.
yeah,
The 8-woman tag was amazing.
yeah. So the first four matches are really good, and then the main event is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like what
It's
four
watchable.
matches in the middle, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think it's definitely worth watching. It's just not going to blow you away, I don't think. And we've
Yeah,
seen
not like some of the other ones have.
their roster is really bloated right now. They have so many
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah. So, anyway, so with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our first pay-per-view review of 2026. It is Noah's The New Year, which happened on January 1st. And Ozawa's back in the main event. So stay tuned for that. Tune in tomorrow for that. And with that out of the way, in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.